What's guys with this week so far? Once again, we're gonna have more video. Look at Nathaniel Garro. I think that's how you say it. I don't know for sure though, but don't know who he is or what he is. Most likely probably do some genocidal thing because that's probably the most Warhammer thing that I'm aware of. It seems to be everyone in the Warhammer universe likes to kill everyone else. It is the Warhammer way. But I'm definitely excited for it since Major Kill is a great content creator and does a great job with this video. So I have no doubt that he'll put a great deal of lore in an easy to understand video. Like always, check out the original video in the description. I highly encourage it. Like every content creator I react to on this channel, they take a lot of time to not only make an easy to understand video, but also entertaining as well. So please show them some love. Be in the description. If you guys enjoy my content, if you guys enjoy my reactions, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get to it.
G'day guys and gal. Warhammer 40k draws a lot of real life inspiration from our own history, myths and legends. So you bet your ass it also included the tale of King Arthur and Excalibur, except in a significantly more Warhammer-esque way. Instead of a holy quest for the Grail with fair maidens and shit, it was a holy quest to shove a sword down Mortarian's throat while massacring as many traitorous dogs as physically possible.
Love it.
The dude was so ruthless that he even fought Abaddon as a side quest.
Damn.
The tale of Garro is an awesome one. From crippled sidelined battle captain who only really survived the massacre of Isfahan due to a bit of luck, to the Knight of Grey, Hand of Malkador, and Pona of Noob.
Does he get like a magical sword too that just makes him like OP or some shit? I don't know.
Overall, an absolute beast that deserves the next 10 minutes or so of your life. Before we get started, you may have noticed me wearing this dope-ass t-shirt, friend. Swords.
It is a cool shirt, ain't gonna lie.
Means we wanted something to represent the drop in a 100k bathrobe, so we brought it a place in my heart. Thank you guys so much, Nathaniel Garro, to show why he is a contender for the greatest Horus Heresy character. The dude has a shitload of lore, with multiple books dedicated to him, so I'll be covering his greatest moments while encouraging you guys to read up further on him if you'd like.
If you guys enjoy this video, I'll probably do a more extensive video on it. I'll try to find one, because if there's that much lore about him, there has to be a video out there that really covers who and what he is in a much deeper detail. So just let me know if you guys are interested in that in the comments.
Also, shout out to Alex Christie for the stunning thumbnail artwork.
That is dope.
Man never disappoints. Let's get into it. Nathaniel Garro was born on Terra, making him one of the Day 1 OG Space Marines. He was recruited into the 14th Legion when they were still called the Dusk Raiders. Out of all the legions who reunited with their Primarchs, the 14th had one of the worst and most awkward reunions. Mortarion basically shut on and completely dismantled the Duck Raiders' traditions and doctrines, replacing it with his own significant...
Is that a chainsword bayonet? That is something I never thought I needed to see, and happy I'm seeing it right now. That is beautiful. Beautiful.
More blunt and flavorless attitude. As such, many Terran-born Death Guard held onto their traditions, with Garro even saying that the day that the final Dusk Raider dies is the day that the Death Guard's nobility will be forever diminished. With this attitude, Garro was known as a straight-shooting, no-nonsense captain that got shit done. The barbarous-born Death Guard would give him shit about it, but they secretly admired him greatly, offering him membership to the warrior lodges on multiple occasions, only for Garro to reject them time and time again. It was actually this universal respect for Garro that would go on to save his life, but I'll get onto that in a bit. In every campaign, Garro distinguished himself, becoming captain of the 7th Company, which bestowed upon him the rank of Battle Captain, a rank he absolutely fucking frothed because it sounded badass as hell. On one such campaign, Garro would fight alongside the legendary Saul Tarvitz. Up until then, Garro had thought the Emperor's children to be a bunch of pompous wankers who were too busy shoving pencils down their dick holes and smelling their own farts to actually be solid, reliable warriors.
Damn.
However, Saul proved him wrong, showing that the true tenets of the Emperor's children were honor, self-improvement, and self-sacrifice. The two became close, referring to each other as honor brothers, which was rare at the time for Space Marines from different legions to form such a close bond.
Also, I remember I did a little research on the site. I don't like to look up too much stuff on because I like to be more surprised with videos. Or I like these like little piece of metal in the Space Marine's head. Isn't that supposed to signify like 100 years of service or something? So that's like 300 years of service. I could be wrong though.
They even carved half the Aquila on both of their gauntlets so that when they clasped hands, it would form the full Imperial Aquila, which is cute as fuck. When Mortarion turned traitor and began sussing out who would join him and who would join the Emperor, he had a private meeting with Nathaniel Garro. During the meeting, it was made pretty clear to Morty that Garro would remain loyal. However, he respected his battle captain so much that instead of just marking him for death, he made him his equerry in the hopes that he could sway his loyalty. During one of the battles of Isfahan, a few days before Horus revealed his treachery, Garro found himself severely wounded by by a Slaneshi sorcerer where he lost his right leg and had his torso and arm partially crushed.
Damn.
Funnily enough, he only really survived due to the aid of Fabius Bile, whose medical expertise came in really clutch. As a result of his injuries, as well as Morty wanting him to live, Garro and his men were placed upon the Eisenstein under the secret watch of Commander Grulgor and his men. Grulgor was an insufferable piece of shit that Garro hated, but he didn't suspect foul play yet. However, Grulgor and First Captain Typhon had met in secret. They knew Garro would never join the traitors, hence when the time was right, Grulgor would kill Garro. Good luck with that one, buddy. On the Day of Reckoning, where Horus would virus bomb Isfahan in an attempt to kill all the loyalist elements in one go, a lot of little things were occurring that made Garro really uneasy. Alone, these things were excusable, but together they painted an unclear picture. To make matters worse, some of Garro's people discovered that virus bombs had been loaded onto the Eisenstein, which was not a part of any protocol ever. Virus bombs were generally confined to a Legion capital ship, never on a ship like the Eisenstein. The final piece of the puzzle was when Saul Tarvitz made a mad dash to the surface of Isfahan.
Yo, what's wrong with his eyes, bro?
War Master's treachery.
Ugh.
He flew right into Garro's firing line. He told Garro of what was happening whilst Garro received orders to destroy Saul. Trusting his honor brother, Garro instead destroyed the ships chasing Saul, allowing his friend to reach the surface and save thousands of lives from getting virus bombed. Garro then legged it out of the system in an attempt to warn the Imperium of Horus's betrayal. And yes, you bet your ass he killed the shit out of Grulgor in the process. The journey was horrific. Grulgor came back to life due to Nurgle's influence, and Garro had to kill him again. They lost most of their power and crew and had to detonate their warp drive in order to get the attention of Rogel Dawn and be rescued. Rogel Dawn then proceeded to almost kill Garro as he could not believe what Garro was saying. Fortunately, there was hard evidence and Garro was spared Dawn's wrath, but it gets even worse from there.
Damn.
When Garro returned to the Sol system, he was kept in the Sisters of Silence Fortress to question and keep an eye on. While there, one of his infected...
That's probably the biggest problem, in my opinion, with like, you know, the Imperium and why they have so many problems, especially their hierarchy, is like, you know, even, like, let's just say he didn't show the hard evidence right away, but he instantly just didn't believe him. Instead of just hearing him out and investigating, he's like, there's no way he's just going to kill him. You know, like, that's how corruption starts. You know, that's why there's so many issues with the Imperium, you know, is they rather kill you instead of investigating why, you know, like what, you're going to kill one of your, you know, most respected individuals just because he says something that just doesn't seem plausible to you, instead of like investigating a little bit more, like one of the most loyal guys that you know. Like, that's the problem with the Imperium. That's why they really haven't really done anything that great ever since the Emperor kind of, you know, trying to sack a meat.
Infected warriors turned into a hectic fly demon, which Garro was then forced to fight to the death. This fly demon was OP as shit, killing multiple Sisters of Silence and Space Marines before Garro clapped it with his sword, the legendary Libertas. Fun fact, it's theorized that Garro's sword was forged from the shards of Excalibur, drawing a direct connection to the Arthurian legend. Garro just couldn't catch a fucking break though, but he also wouldn't have taken one if he could. Malcador had heard of Garro's tenacity and exploits and formed an idea with the Emperor. He tasked Garro with the formation of an organization that would seek out special individuals of inquisitorial nature, both as
Is that the Mona Lisa?
to form what would eventually become the Inquisition and the Grey Knights. Garro was to become a knight errant of Malcador as he was sent on his quest to gather a lineup of the most badass space marines in the galaxy. He killed a bunch of traitor White Scars to save a loyalist World Eater, he fought through the Word Bearers to recruit an Ultramarine Librarian, dude even snuck aboard Rogel Dawn's ship to try recruit one of his imprisoned librarians. He didn't give a fuck, and technically he didn't need to. As he was the hand of Malcador, who was second only to the Emperor himself, he could pretty much do whatever he wanted. He would go on to recruit Dark Angels, Blood Angels, White Scars. Bro was collecting Space Marines like Ash collected Pokemon. In doing so, his sword tasted the blood of many different traitor legions. His final Pokemon, the legendary Pokemon, was Garviel Loken himself, who had survived Isfahan but had gone insane. Garro was able to save him and restore his sanity, bringing Garviel back into the fold and giving him a chance at vengeance. Garro would then go on to do a lot of convoluted shit that you'd be better off just reading about, as anything to do with Malcador playing 4D chess gets a bit confusing. And let's not kid ourselves, we're all watching this video to see a hectic bold dude fuck people up with Space Excalibur, not uncover a contingency plot to genocide the Astartes with a bioweapon as a last resort. So with that in mind, Garro's quest took him in search of Euphrates Keeler, the saint whom he had grown an attachment to, as he was her rescuer, as well as her providing him the faith and will to fight on. There's something to be said for Keeler being BFFs with the galaxy's greatest swordsman. After all, she also had a bond with the legendary Sigismund, probably the only loyalist swordsman who could outmatch Garro. He
Wow.
eventually found Keelah, taking out a Chaos-corrupted Vindicare assassin as well as a cheeky Alpha Legionnaire operative to save her once again. By this time, the war had come to Terra itself, and Malcador gathered his agents.
Did you ever really like about his armor? Because I've just been looking at his armor more and more as I'm just kind of listening. Is sure, it has its kind of flair to it. It's not over the top. Like there's some armors in 40K that are a little over the top. And I'm not really talking about the Emperors because he's gonna be flash. But there's some guys that just have like a bunch of stuff on their armor. Like he has his little chest piece there. He's like the Imperium thing in his back. Like he has stuff, but it's not like over the top. Like it looks clean. I kind of like it.
And warriors,
I like the
including
clean look of his
Garro.
armor, man.
However, that fucking fly demon came back and caused a ruckus, before once again being banished like the naughty fly demon it was. After that, Malcador sent most of his agents into hiding, with many of the Space Marines being sent to Titan in order to create the Grey Knight Order, the contingency if the Emperor was to fall. However, Malcador did not choose Garro to join them. Instead, he simply released Garro from all of his oaths and bonds and told him to kill as many of those fucking traitors as he could. Garviel Loken was also given the same directive. And boy did they kill some fucking traitors.
How many?
Garro led kill
Do you
teams
say it?
against enemy forces, taking out Chaos champions like they were anaphylactic kids at a peanut factory. His
Damn.
most famous moment was when his forces ambushed Abaddon and his elite Justeran Terminators. The Justeran was slaughtered to a man, with a number of named traitors dying in the engagement. Abaddon was a juggernaut, taking out a
Damn.
number of named loyalists and even technically beating Garro, despite Garro landing a number of strikes that would have killed a normal Space Marine. But eventually Abaddon too was beaten down. Without hesitation, Garro lunged at Abaddon with a killing strike. However, Abaddon was teleported to safety just as the blade reached him. This scene actually did make me like Abaddon. It showed how much of a warrior he was, with his internal monologue swapping between fucking furious that he was trapped and ambushed, swearing vengeance upon Perturabo who sent him there, to then being delighted that he was fighting a battle that he was going to lose. He cried man tears when he was teleported to safety, devastated that he was denied a glorious warrior death alongside his men. Soon after this, Garro would face his death down like a man. His death came in the form of his Primarch, Mortarion, Lord of Death, in Mortarion's ascended demon form. Now, pretty much every fight between
Damn.
Space Marines and Primarchs ends very quickly and is one-sided. Sigismund was beaten down by Fulgrim in seconds despite a solid showing, whilst it only took one hit from Rogol to
So he fought an amped Primarch.
eat Khan away. So it was pretty insane that Garro told Morty to eat shit and die before engaging in a hectic duel. Morty was toying with Garro until Garro slipped his guard.
Apologies, guys. There's someone at my door. Let's continue. Let's finish this video. Oops. There we go.
A solid blow, hence my thumbnail artwork capturing that moment. Morty entered a rage and beat Garro down before summoning a swarm of flies. He promised that the flies would infest Garro, turning him into the Lord of Flies demon for all eternity. However, Keelah, Garro's friend, infused him with the power of the Emperor, which Super Saiyan Garro and took the duel to a new level. Despite this, Garro was just a Space Marine. Mortarion was a Primarch. Garro's blade was broken and himself impaled by Morty's scythe. In a final act of defiance, Garro pulled himself down Morty's blade before shanking his stinky dad in the neck with the broken hilt of Libertas, a huge wound that would contribute towards Jagged Eye's banishment of Mortarion soon after. Garro then died, his final vision being that of the Emperor. To honor his unwavering loyalty and tenacity, the Emperor took Garro's soul, stopping it from being consumed by the demons of the war. Overall, Garro was an absolute...
Dude, that's an honor. The Emperor went out of his way to do that. That's crazy.
legend.
Bro's different, man.
Literally went through hell and back in the name of duty. Sometimes we don't need a hectic character arc as someone goes from insecure to brave and selfless. Sometimes we just need a total fucking badass with Space Excalibur tearing his way across the galaxy and shanking his smelly ass moth dad.
That was awesome. To say he's a badass is an understatement. I mean, bro went toe-to-toe with his Primarch and didn't give a shit. Not only that, but the Emperor single-handedly went out of his way to take his soul and protect it so it wasn't consumed. I mean, that is next level, dude. That is awesome. I think we should definitely look more into him. Having a Space Marine with basically Excalibur is it's pretty dope, to put it lightly. So I definitely enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Again, bridge video will be down in the description. Make sure you guys show them some love. If you guys enjoy my content, if you guys enjoy my reactions, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.